A federal judge is dismissing a lawsuit against singer-songwriter Taylor Swift over claims she stole her ideas from her songs from poems. Self-published poet Kimberly Marasco alleged Swift infringed on her rights in various poems and had written between 2017 and 2021. In Tuesday's ruling, the judge wrote that these are common themes, concepts, and isolated words that copyright law does not protect.
Joining us now, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Listen, we're not here to say whether or not Taylor Swift is, whether you're a fan of Taylor Swift or not. This is legal. We're going on the legal line here, right? All right, so let's talk about this for a second. Khalif, we just heard, as Taylor mentioned, the judge said the things that aren't protected. Let's just start there. What when it comes to songwriting original works, what is copyright protected?
You're all over it with this breakdown, and I'm glad I don't have to defend if I'm a Swiftie or not, because I'm not prepared for that, Your Honor.
Right.
But I
plead the fifth.
It's a couple things. 17 U.S.C. 102, that's where copyright law hinges. You're talking about ideas, concepts, and themes. They're not copyrightable, and that's what she said in this complaint, that these were my ideas, my themes, my metaphors, hinge on metaphors, big one, short phrases and isolated words. That's why the judge, Eileen Cannon, that name might sound familiar. Why? Because that's the same judge that dismissed famously President Trump's cases in Florida. And so she has a history of dismissing cases if they don't meet the legal standard. And this case is an example of why she did that. Metaphors, they can be used and protected if they specifically expressive ways to develop a story, but the metaphor itself can. I'll give you the example. In Animal Farm, the idea, the metaphor that these animals are political creatures, right? They're politicians in some aspect, that can't be protected. But the names, you know, the characters, the setting, the dialogue, that can be protected. But you use those metaphors to create that whole story. So Orwell's work can be protected, but not the metaphors themselves. So that's what this writer, the poet, was attempting to do, and the judge said, no, you can't do that.
And I think copyright cases can be confusing because you'd like to think that a lot of artists take inspiration from each other, right? But does someone have to prove that an artist had access to their work, or can it just be similar enough of a concept where's the line? Yeah,
well, there is a line for sure. And so, yeah, you can take inspiration, but if taking that inspiration goes further, where now you're doing what's called a derivative work. Now you've used my original, because that's what we're attempting to protect, the original concept, and for rightfully so, we want to protect that. Because if we didn't create these protections, and anyone could take and borrow and steal someone else's original idea, it would stun, it would chill, it would stop, you know, and it would allow creativity to kind of cease, because obviously you're not going to be able to monetize it in the manner that you could if now someone else could just take it tomorrow. And so you have these protections in place for a reason, but there can be some type of fair use, obviously, if you're not attempting to monetize it. But for inspiration purposes, there is a thin line, specifically if you're talking about lyric for lyric, line for line. That she wasn't able to do that. She was doing more generalization, more trying to attempt to say this metaphors that I was creating. I think it was a close call when you look at that desire as fuel, because that's probably the only one example where I can say, all right, there is some similarities to the idea, but again, didn't use the specific words, just using more the metaphor of the words for fuel.
Taylor Swift's camp obviously grateful for this ruling, but let's flip it. Had this gone the other way, what are the consequences that comes along to a songwriter or an artist if they're found to have plagiarized or copyrighted? Do you just have to delete it? Do you pull it down? Well, I mean, it's already out there.
The only thing that matters, Jason.
Money.
Show
me the money. Money talks.
Show me the money. That's it. The only reason I'm bringing a complaint against someone is that, hey, you have taken now something out of my hands that I could have done. Yeah, she's not on the Taylor Swift level. She wouldn't be able to monetize it like that. But if she would have been successful, she could say every dollar that you generated from this idea, that this copyrighted material that you got or borrowed from me now belongs to me. And the court in the past has done that with other instances, but they are just not ideas or metaphors. They would be specifically copyrighted works that were taken, that were protected, and now someone else has tried to monetize it. So yeah, I think that there is a bright line, as you asked, and the bright line is, this is something that can be protected. This is baseline copyright protection, and she didn't meet the baseline minimum to have a claim.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.